Okay, Gene just asked about the PK, and it has been a huge question mark because look at these numbers, right? The regular season, middle of the pack last year, but then in the playoffs, guys, 66 of 70, and I think they scored 3 shorthanded goals. Essentially, they were shorthanded 70 times in the playoffs and allowed 1 goal in differential. That's unbelievable. A different story this year, Luke. Dead last in the NHL, 60%. What's happening here?
Yeah, so you saw those. 32 in the league right now. They were lights out last year. I want to show you a couple clips, and I'm going to use my panelists here to kind of go through this and see what we're seeing with the Edmonton Oilers PK. So this is a combination of the last 3 games. Here's Columbus. I can hear the PK coach going, they have 1, we have 2. As soon as they have 2, we have 3. So where is your third help? There's Nuge. He just needs to move in just a little bit, so he is that help from them to the middle. But he doesn't. He's a step late. The stick's in the wrong lane. It goes side to side, and they get beat going back to the net. So I see a little bit of execution, a little bit of effort in that one. Here's the BOA on Sunday. Puck goes low to high. They play this trap down system where everything gets flushed from the inside out. That dot line is where a decision has to be made between Janmark and RNH, but Tyson Barrie's a smart vet. He knows that he has a shot to the net there, sees Mantha's stick, and no box out in front from either defenseman calling for a high stick. Here's your trap down again, but he's a little lower in Hischier. So when Nuge comes on the inside out, maybe that stick can be to the other side, or that's Adam Henrique that has to get into there to the bumper. So I ask you guys, is that effort? Is that execution? I also think it has a lot to do with the personnel they had last year and missing a number of guys.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both, right? And I think, when we look at the power play even too, it hasn't been, phenomenal this year compared to what it's been over the last several years. I think it's a little bit of personnel, and I think it's a little bit of caught in between. So whether it's their assignments or not, you have to be committed. And there, as a penalty killer myself, that when I played, there's chemistry that goes into those movements, into those reads, into assignments and who's got what, and should Nuge jump on that guy a little quicker, and who's bellying under in certain situations, and where should your sticks be. So I think it's a combination of a lot of things that they have to work out, but right now, they need it's not, and it's killing them.
Yeah, and PK is just bubble hockey tracks. You're just back, forth, stop, starts. And to me, a lot of that is personnel and guys who are willing to do it. And last year, they had a couple of really good penalty killers. You look at the volume of ice time that Cody Ceci played last year, shorthanded for them. Desharnais, obviously, a lot. But the big one to me, and Gaz, you talked a little bit about Ryan McLeod. He was a speed guy, right? You can close those lanes a lot quicker. You saw RNH there kind of drifting in the first clip, like non-committal. When you just go, you got to get back. And so I do think it's going to get better. They're not going to be the worst PK in the league, but some of that is certainly that it's just changed.
Those are not insignificant losses. A lot of role players, out and new guys stepping in.